We've just arrived at the Michaux State Forest in Pennsylvania. Let's take a look around. You're looking at US Route 30, and this is the Michaux State Forest District Office. They do have a visitor center. It's closed, but they have a phone number outside you can call and ask questions, and they do have brochures. There's a visitor parking area. There's free camping up to 7 days here in the Michaux State Forest, an extensive amount of camping. Here's a kiosk. There's the district office. They have a really nice map of the forest. That's right here. And then the camping permits are here. You can also get the camping permits online. And what I want to show you here is you see that application for camping permit? And down toward the bottom left, you'll see campsite choice number 1, campsite choice number 2. In order to apply for the free camping, you need to know what campsite you want to put on the permit. And when I went on YouTube to find out what these campsites look like, there's the phone number that you can call and get more information. When I went on YouTube to see what these campsites look like, I found basically nothing. So this is going to be part 1 of a multi-part video series on free camping in the Michaux State Forest in Pennsylvania. The Michaux State Forest is a huge forest. It's 85,000 acres. About half of it is north of US Route 30. And the remainder is south of US Route 40, and you could easily spend a day in both the north. You could spend a day in just the north section and then another full day just exploring the southern section of the state forest. So I'm going to take you out and we're going to look at some campsites. They have motorized campsites where you could either pull your RV in and camp right there at the campsite, or a motorized type campsite where you can park your vehicle and then you walk back into your campsite. So I'm not going to cover all the campsites in this video series because there's so many, but I am going to give you a sampling of what the camping here in the Michaux State Forest is like. Let's get in the truck and check out the campsites. As an adjunct, you can fill the application, the application for free camping out. You can obtain it online and you can email it to them. When I did that, they had me a response the same day. You can email it or you can mail it in. I chose to email mine in. FYI. You can also fill your free camping application out in person and drop it in that box right at the district office. Okay, we're on Pennsylvania Route 233, heading toward campsite number 1 in the Michaux State Forest, Pennsylvania. We get a little bit closer to our turnoff, I'll chime back in.
0.2 miles, turn left on Shippensburg Road.
Okay, we're coming
right curve ahead.
Coming up on our turnoff to go to campsite number 1 in the Michaux State Forest. Pennsylvania Route 233 was a good road. Any size rig would be fine on that road. Paved all the way. Now we're on Shippensburg Road.
Dirt road number. Right curve ahead.
I will chime back in.
1 mile. Turn left on Arch Run Road.
When we approach campsite number 1.
Have arrived at your destination on the left side.
Okay, let's go check out campsite number 1 at the Michaux State Forest. Okay, I've just arrived at campsite number 1. This is a motorized campsite as designated by the Michaux State Forest. It's also known as Big Flat. Let's go check it out. Here's Shippensburg Road. Very nice road. It was all paved coming in. And then you turn in right up there by the no passing zone sign. There's you can see there's signs posted on the road for the turn in to the Michaux State Forest Big Flat parking area. And you can go down and then pull into this big lot. You see some ATVs there. There's a little picnic pavilion. There's some folks sitting at it, real friendly. Clean vault toilets, serviceable, off to the right here. And then huge parking area, plenty of room to get a big rig in here. And there's some fire rings back in the wood line here. Let's go take a look. It definitely is big rig friendly. You can get any size rig in here. Which is a rarity in a lot of state forest in the east. You do have a trash receptacle. This is where you'd pull in. I actually pulled in the other way, but you can come down that road off the main road and pull into this large parking area. And there's multiple places to park a rig. You could get one right in here and then right along the edge of the parking area you could park your big rigs. And this is camping by permit only. So you apply for the free permit online, like I covered at the beginning of the video. Here's a fire ring right here. So I believe there's another one back in the wood line here. Free 7 days camping in the Michaux State Forest. Big rig friendly. Campsite number 1. So, no problem. Plenty of space. And there's so much to do in this forest. I'll cover some of this during this this video series I'm doing on the Michaux State Forest. You have the Appalachia Trail that traverses the park. You have multiple different overlooks with rock climbing and neat looking rocks. An abundance of free camping. Lots of things to do. Hiking trails. Apart from the Appalachia Trail. There's your campfire ring. And then if you wanted to tent camp, you have plenty of room back in here inside the wood line. You have some pines on this end. So a lot of flat spots back in here to pitch a tent if you wanted to do so. But I could easily camp here with my fifth wheel. So campsite number 1 is definitely a keeper. This will go down in my book. You're about, I would say about 25 miles or so from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Let's go take a look around. See what else is here. See what they got up on the board here. Helmets required. It's a good thing. The restrooms were open and they were clean. Okay. Really nice parking area. Definitely big rig friendly. I'm assuming that these are ramps, since this is, there are ATV trails that connect in here. And you're allowed to ATV out of here. So that's important information. If you do decide to camp here, you know, recognize that this is also an ATV staging area. Lots of ATV trails from what I saw on the map. And these look like ramps so that you can get your ATV up on your, I assume, a pickup truck. No parking right in front, but plenty of parking available off to the side here for a big rig. Again, any size rig can fit in here. This is campsite number 1. In the Michaux State Forest. And this is flat, so you can get your rig level. And if I were to camp here, I'd probably pull right in here. And that would be your view. If you pulled in this way, that would be your view from your front door. And then you have all the facilities right here. And lots of space. So yeah, I would camp right in there, right along in here. It would be a perfect spot. Campsite number 1. Here's another look around. we are now going to go to another campsite within the Michaux State Forest. I haven't checked my my cell phone connectivity, but I will put upload and download speeds for campsite number 1 in the written video description on YouTube. I'll also have the grid coordinates for this camping location in the written video description. Let's go check out some more campsites. Okay, this portion of the video is being shot 2 days later than the video clip immediately prior to this. Now, I'll tell you what happened. This is Big Flat, campsite number 1 in the Michaux State Forest. I spent the better part of a week doing campsite reconnaissance here in the forest. And I'm back at my base camp, verifying grid coordinates and putting the videos together. And in verifying the grid coordinates, on the satellite view, I see this large teardrop-shaped green area that's not far. I mean, it's probably a couple hundred feet from where we're standing right now. The grid coordinates that the State Forest provide put you in about dead center of this parking area. That's the grid coordinates they give you for campsite number 1. Let me show you what I found. I made a special trip back up here to recon this again, to verify what this large area was back here. This is the main road. I believe they call it Camp 18 Road. That's right off of Shippensburg Road. If you turn left, you can immediately pull into Big Flat parking lot, which is labeled as Campsite 1. Or you can come down this road and there's a second entrance. Well, and that campfire ring that I took you to is right over in there. And then you have this, and this is why I didn't see this. You have this like little clear zone, and then you have this clear area that is dead ahead, and that is this camp. That's a continuation of Camp 18 Road, the same road that we turned off of the asphalt highway on. So I've reset grid coordinates for campsite 1 for exactly where I'm standing now, and you just go straight ahead. The reason I did that is that if you drop a pin back in here, at least Google Maps navigation will tell you it can't get you to where you want to go because it's off of our road. So I dropped the pin right back there. That's going to be the new grid coordinates I provide in the YouTube description for this video. And then you have this big teardrop area that was unknown to me 2 days ago. I'm going to take you a walk around here. There are multiple campfire rings all the way around this green area. This is part of the national, or not national forest, the state forest, Michaux State Forest. Quite a few of the grid coordinates that the state forest provide for their campsites are not exact. Some are better than others. But every campsite I take you to, I'll have good grid coordinates for you. And this is part of the state forest. That's a look back. So instead of pulling into the big flat parking area, which you can camp there, I mean, that's the grid coordinates they give you, but you have this big camping area that I believe is more suitable to RV camping. Back in this area here. And you can't see this from the big flat. If you you didn't see it from the satellite, or you weren't walking around exploring the area, you wouldn't ever know it was here. This video is going to be a little bit longer than what I had anticipated because I had to come back up here. In fact, I'd already built the video for campsite 1 and campsite 7. That's where we're going when we leave here. And I'm going to insert this right in the middle, or right after I got done with the initial review for campsite 1. So there's that was one campfire ring. There's a second one down here. And there's more as you go around the perimeter. I'm going to take you on a quick walkthrough. Came all the way up here, I might as well show you. Yeah, I'm doing a verifying grid coordinates, and I noticed this area via satellite view on Google Maps. And then you have a nice little forested area back in here. Looks like we got an additional campfire ring back here. If you were tent camping, there's plenty of places to pitch a tent back here. But this is a really nice, big rig friendly 7 days free camping area in the Michaux State Forest in Pennsylvania. Pull your rig anywhere in here. Got these nice open spaces. Here's another campfire ring back in the woodlawn. Huh. Pretty nice little deal there, huh? Got a road that's gated off right there. And you have another large campfire ring right here. As long as you're not blocking the gate, you can pull your rig anywhere you want. Another large campfire ring right there. And then one up beyond toward where my truck is. This is camping by permit, so free camping by permit. It's one of the reasons I'm doing these videos, so you can select what campsite you want to request on your free camping permit. All right, so that gives you an idea. I didn't want to let the video go without exploring this additional camping area, what they call campsite number 1. So there you have it. Cell service is pretty weak here. There's something else I found, and I'm going to go check it out right now. If it pans out, I'll include that in the video as well. But there's a trailhead for the Appalachia Trail just up the road. Probably not even a mile. So we're going to go check that out. There's also a campground, a private campground that has, I believe, a dump station. So you could dump there if that pans out. So I'll let you know about those two things and also give you a readout on whether the cell service is any better. I thought this would add a significant amount of value to this video. So apologize for the length. Be back in a few. Not even half a mile up the road from campsite 1 on Shippensburg Road, that's Shippensburg Road right there, is the Pine Ridge Campground. They only have monthly and seasonal sites here, and they do not allow use of their dump station by the outside public. Okay, I'm at the trailhead for the Appalachia Trail. This is Shippensburg Road. Only up the road, probably a mile or less from the campsite number 1 in the Michaux State Forest. The Appalachia Trail runs across the road that way, heading south through the Michaux State Forest, and there's the trail heading north. And as an adjunct, back at that campground, they did not allow outside public parties to use their dump station. But later on in this video series, I'm visiting both of the state parks that are within the Michaux State Forest, and both of those parks have dump stations. So there's a resource for you if you do to come to camp in the Michaux State Forest. There's the trailhead parking for the Appalachia Trail. That'll pretty much wrap up this segment of the video. We'll return to our route to campsite number 7 and a review of campsite number 7 in the Michaux State Forest. Okay, we're getting back on Shippensburg Road, leaving campsite number 1. Big flat. And we're heading to the next campsite. Chime back in when we get back on Route 233, Pennsylvania Route 233. If my plan if everything goes according to plan, we'll be going to campsite number 7.
Winding road ahead.
Okay, we're going to be turning left on Pennsylvania Route 233, Pine Grove Road. There's a number of campsites up this way, but I had done an online reconnaissance at campsite number 7. May stop at some others while I'm up there.
Continue on this road for 3.5 miles.
Looks like we go 3.5 miles before we make a turn to where these other campsites are. I'll chime back in when we get there. Okay, this has been a pretty scenic road, this Pennsylvania Route 233. We're approaching our turnoff to go to campsite number 7.
In 900 feet, turn left on Woodrow Road.
Park Woodrow Road. It's a gravel road. Chime back in when we arrive. Okay, this is the Woodrow Road that we just came up. It is all gravel. No big potholes. Any type of vehicle can make it out here. And this particular site, there's a pull off for you to park your vehicle. And this is designated as campsite number 7 in the Michaux State Forest, Pennsylvania. And then you walk up to your campsite. So this is a walk-in. They have all kinds of different camping configurations here. They are very dispersed. Like I say, it's a large forest. Here's a look back at the parking area. So you pull your vehicle down in there, and obviously this would be tent camping, unless you wanted to camp right out of your vehicle if you had a like a truck camper, I suppose. But that's what the permit would be for, is campsite number 7. So let's go take a look, see what's up here. And while we're walking up here, I'll give you a footnote. I haven't checked my cell service. I have both Verizon and AT&T on my iPhone, and if we have cell service, I will have upload and download speeds as well as the grid coordinates for campsite number 7 in the written video description on YouTube. Looks like the campsite's right up here. In these videos, I'm going to take you to not all the campsites, but I'm going to kind of divide them up into what I think will be good for RV camping and primitive camping, and give you a sampling of both. So if you want to come out here and camp, you can decide what site you want to request in advance. Okay, so you got a nice campfire ring there. You got some rocks around there. Big, large area. There's a flat spot to put a tent on. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, there's a real nice spot right here with some shade that's flat. You could pitch a tent there. And then you have another campfire ring right in here with some neat looking rocks. It takes some time to do this, so I can see why there were no videos to show you what the campsites look like on YouTube. But this is precisely why I started my YouTube channel is to cover this type of content that I thought was lacking on YouTube. So there you go. You got some nice camping, walk-in camping at campsite number 7 in the Michaux State Forest in Pennsylvania. Let's go see what else is here. Looks like this walking path goes for quite a ways. This path that came up from where you parked your vehicle. You can continue out that way. The forest is beautiful with all these large rocks. Walk back toward those 2 campsites. So I'll give it this. You're gonna have lots of privacy. You surely won't have anybody else up here. Not with them giving a permit to one person. Here's the second fire ring up here. Okay, that's campsite number 7. I think I'm going to leave it here. 7 days free camping in the Michaux State Forest in Pennsylvania. If you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.